You are looking live at Hommocks Park Ice Rink in Mamaroneck, New York, where the New Jersey Bandits U19 AA girls are getting set to take on the Stateline Hawks. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo bringing you the action here on RizzoVision. And if I could pick the perch from any arena that I've been over the last 3 or 4 years that I've been doing this, it's this one, because I'm in the Hawk's nest. That's what I like to call it. This perch up here is absolutely perfect. We have great Wi-Fi, so we can bring you a good clean signal throughout, hopefully. And we are just over what is typically the scorer's table, but in this case is the penalty box, and the scorer is just to my left, Paula, and she's amazing and gives me great hospitality here. 17 minutes on the clock for this AGHF showdown. Bandits wearing the mostly black jersey and shorts combo for this one. They have the now signature gold helmets and the black jerseys with silver and dark pink accents. The Bandits girls logo in the front, which differs from the other Bandits logo. There is the dark pink and silver striping on the sides of both the sleeves and the shorts. And it's a similar stripe on the socks, which are gray in front and the dark pink on the back. The numbers are cool. They have a bit of bespectacling in them, which makes it really easy for an announcer to see. The Hawks with also nifty jerseys. They're white into deepening shades of blue all the way down, navy blue pants, and the socks are similar to the jerseys. They line up at center, and they are underway in period one. Lexi Riley, out of picture, is in the nets for the Bandits for this one. And Ashlyn Brioni for the Hawks. Hawks take it behind their own end line, but Camarada comes in to pick that off. She's on the right wing with Sperling on the left and Foley at center. On right D is Fernanda Venuto and left D Olivia Rothstein. Braddock up front for Hawks with Collins. And there's the whistle that stops play early on. Didn't even get a chance to give you the whole line, but Putka was out there as well. She's had a couple of good games here in the early going against the Bandits. I think this is the third time they've played, once here and once at the AGHF showcase. Here's a potential break. Gabby Rothstein is going to get it. Rothstein breaks in on Verhoney. Backhand, right pad save! And the net gets knocked off its moorings as McNulty was trying to put it in. I don't think it's a penalty. I think they just blew the whistle for the net coming off, which did not benefit the Bandits there because McNulty had the puck and was going to look to shoot it. If the net comes off, they could still keep play going if the offensive team has it, because you can score a goal with the net off, believe it or not. Yes, that is a thing. If the defensive team gets possession, then that's the time when they blow the whistle, typically. But this is not the NHL, folks. This is U19 AA girls hockey, and everybody doing their best. Rothstein again. Gabby got her shot off, but it didn't go on net. Kepler now on D at the right point with Shoemaker Gromick on the left. Here come the Hawks, sent down, and it's going to be an icing as Caroline Muzio just was looking for somebody in the middle, didn't quite connect, and that is the offensive zone draw for the Bandits. Randy Scott on the dot, Bellin in the slot, Rizzo on the left wing. Almost out of picture. Faceoff goes to Rizzo's side. Rizzo sends it toward the net, but didn't get a lot on it. Early going here in Mamaroneck, New York, as Scott picks it off there, and Rizzo forces the pass, and the Hawks have it in neutral ice Looking to move it is Roberson. She does. It comes to the near side wall, and it's sent up the boards for Rizzo from Olivia Rothstein. They need a little help there as the puck got stuck in some of that already thicker ice in front of the bench, and the Hawks will attack down low. Collins is over there, also joined by Lauren Bellissimo, 21. There's two of them. Oh, the attempted breakaway pass. Bellin was looking for Rizzo, didn't quite complete it. Collins is going to tee this one up, and Riley got a piece of it with the shaft of the stick. I don't know if it was going in, but Lexi made sure that it wasn't. Venuto's going to send it across for Olivia Rothstein, who chips it forward. Rizzo jumps to the bench, and that commences the change of lines for the Bandits, which is now complete as Foggia's out there with Sterling and Camerata. It goes to the near side wall and sent up and out. It looks like it will be an icing if it crosses, and it does. Whistle stops play, 14-14 left, period one. No score, just underway on an NFL Sunday between the Bandits in the dark jerseys and the Stateline Hawks in the lighter jerseys, to simplify it. Sent at the net, and Bellissimo had a shot there that was knocked away by Riley, and it was at close range. Actually, I think I gave it to Bellissimo. It was Fellenstein that had it. Ayla Fellenstein got through the face-off there, got a little opening, and fired it at Riley. Riley is clearing some snow from her eyes. Kutka has it. Sperling was trying to pick her pocket, and Kutka maintained it, and now through the neutral zone and back and forth goes the puck, and it will be sent toward the net by Camerata. Baroni didn't really have to do much there, but steered the rebound to the near side corner, and now it's reversed. Kutka's going to pick it up on the half boards and reverse it. Kutka looking for some room in the middle. 13, the lefty. Gotta keep your eyes on her. When you look at the stats, the Hawks have a lot of scoring throughout their lineup. And Macy Kutka is one of the big threats out there, and she jumps off the page when you're watching her. She has it now. Gains the line of center, but can't possess it while in the offensive zone, and that forces the Hawks to reverse it. Nuzio now plays catch, and they go back on defense as she gets it back in neutral ice, and will gain the offensive zone, sending it in, dumping it and getting it back herself. Shoemaker Gromick had taken it away, sent down the middle, trying to tee it up, knocked down. That shot was not going on net. A close range shot and a big opportunity missed right there, as Perry L'Esperance had a real chance there, just fired it wide. Collins was at the right doorstep, but a big chance for the Hawks missed. Here's Collins, top of the slot, wrist shot, handcuffed. Riley shrugged it away, got a little help in front. Point pass knocked down by Gabby Rothstein, but can't get it out of the zone, and now Kepler's going to do that. It hit off of something there, and McNulty's going to try to chase it down. Brahoni maintains the goal. McNulty will take it around the end line with under 12 minutes left in the first period and no score. Puck battle now along the near side wall. McSherry tried to fire through traffic, didn't get there. Olivia Rothstein will send it low for her sister Gabby, who has it below the end line on the near side, and now it's picked up by the Hawks, but Olivia Rothstein at the point tees it up. It went through traffic but not on net, as McNulty got a piece after it was struck down by the skate of one of the Stateline Hawks. They work it around the end line, and now up the near side. Ruzzo has it, sends it up the middle. Was looking to try to break out Jillian Krieger, but didn't connect. So once again, this neutral zone play, so far the key for both teams. Whoever can kind of dominate it there might get a leg up on the competition. Bellin fired that toward the net, but didn't get it through, as it looked like Fellenstein was back checking. There's a hard shot by McSherry that doesn't go on net. That one's sent down. It's going to be an icing and an offensive zone draw for the Bandits with 10:51 left in period number 1, still 0-0. We'll talk to you a little bit at some point during a long stoppage, maybe between periods, about the Bandits' eventful and amazing Saturday. So typically between periods would be a time as Rizzo grabs it down low, playing catch with Bellin. Rizzo looking for somebody in the middle, spins around, draws 2 defenders. He's trying to maybe get it to Venuto at the point, and Venuto eventually does get it there, but they had to retreat out of the zone to the Bandits, and now they tag up and get back in. Rizzo first in pursuit. Scott was down the middle, comes to the breakout spot. Scott's going to pick it up, send it back to Venuto at safety. Venuto up for Rizzo. Rizzo chips it off the boards, tried to get it through Roberson, who sent it out. Here comes Collins. Collins is going to gain the zone on offense and chip it to the far side and hope that somebody comes out with it. Sent up the middle. No contact there. Now it goes all the way through. There's a 47 over there. I don't have a 47 on the roster. Wondering if that's Gould. Now into neutral ice, and 9:40 left in the first period. No score. The Giants and the Jets played a barn burner earlier, so if you're exhausted from that, we hope that you're footballed out and ready for some great hockey action here. As a Giant fan, that was not the result I was looking for, as McCaffrey sends it in. If you're a Jet fan, it's a glorious day. And one of the maybe ugliest football games in recent memory, but still, a win's a win. And if it's in the quote-unquote derby against your rival, even more so. And they won't meet again for another 4 years, barring a Super Bowl, with anything on the line. So enough about football, still in hockey mode here as we approach the 8:45 mark remaining of time in period number 1. Stateline Hawks, DeBow brings it back into her own zone and plays catch with L'Esperance. Now it's sent up toward the near side wall at the point, kept in still by the Bandits. Sperling over there, which is 1-on-4, maybe 2-on-4, because Camerata was around. Camerata was hoping for that puck to spring loose, and she would have been in a good spot. Sperling takes it away from Putka, but L'Esperance has it and retreats back to her own end. They force it up the near side wall. Collins battling Camerata for it. Just out of picture, the one slight imperfection of the Hawks' nest here. We could adjust it a little bit to help you see that, but this way, at the height that we have the tripod set up, it's just a better overall quality, and pretty much nothing's ever decided in the space right below us. And there's the whistle that stops play with 7:49 left in period 1, and the first penalty of the game coming up. So it's a roughing minor on Jillian Krieger that presents us with the first power play of the game, and it belongs to the Bandits. A 4-forward alignment up there with Shoemaker Gromick, the only one who traditionally plays defense. But they rove around, and at any given time, the second point could be occupied by virtually anybody out there, in this case Foglia, but couldn't get it. Sends it a couple of quick passes back and forth off the boards on the far side for Camerata, who's going to gain the line on offense. It comes to the point, McSherry knocks it down, sends it to Shoemaker Gromick, who walks between the points and fires it for Sperling, passing back and forth. They'll exchange places, and Shoemaker Gromick will send it back to Sperling, fires it through a lot of traffic, and it was kicked away by the right pad of Brahoni. A big save there. Fired down for an icing, and the whistle stops play with 6:55 left in the first period, no score, and 1:07 remaining of power play time for the Bandits. on the draw will be Izzy Camarada. And now Gabby Rothstein occupies the left point. McNulty has it at the half boards, sent up the middle for Venuto. Venuto, the lefty, spins around to get it to the forehand, whiffed on it as the puck was caught on the heel of her stick, and now picked up by McNulty, regains it, tries to tee it up, and another whiff. So a couple of there's more whiffs than the first 2 games of the World Series. Wrist shot, saved Brahoni, kicked it away, and sent up the boards on the far side. Ref emphatically calls no. This puck will be chased down, and his physics were brilliant because that puck pretty much died at a point where you would have had to touch it up anyway. So we've had some good things to say about the refs here the past couple of days, and they could use it, because if you have ever been a referee in any sport or anything in your family has represented being any kind of official, then sometimes the compliments are few and far between, but deserve more, because these games simply don't happen without folks taking that sometimes thankless job, but hopefully rewarding for those who do it. Setting up is Venuto, sends it down the middle, and it goes in! Off a redirection, Fernanda Venuto! We'll see who leads the celly line, and if it's, well, let's see. Now, is it Gabby Rothstein leading the celly line? She said 593, but I think it would be 1593. I think that was Venuto, and we're going to say that it was Fernanda based on the way the celebration went. So we're going to give the power play goal to Venuto just before the expiration of the power play. Fernanda got it between the points, sent it down. It deflected, I believe, off of a Hawks skate, and Sperling, providing the screen in front, allowed Brahoni to never see it, and it went in just past her right pad. New crew out there. McCaffrey tees it up from the point. It's redirected there by Hines, out of the way of the netminder. Comes to the near side wall, and they try to break out, but Scott keeps it in, sends it to Bellin. Bellin tries to power it forward. Rizzo gets it, will fire it in to dump it and try to regain it herself, and looking for Bellin in the middle. Bellin sticks the stick in there. Scott comes through. Sent up the middle now. They'll break out. This is the 47 that I don't have. I'll see if I can get that sorted, which player that is, but I'm thinking it might be Kira Gould. We'll have to triple check here. Lesperon tried a chance at it, but the puck hopped over his stick. Collins tees it up, but McCaffrey snuffed that shot. Olivia Rothstein couldn't move it forward. Center and feed gets all the way through, and Riley had to stick it away. It didn't have much on it. Rizzo sends it hard for Bellin. Bellin will gain the line of center, and you hear deep, and she sends it in. Took a big shove from behind and a spill, but will now hustle off her best to complete the change, as Camarada is now out there on the right wing, and Foldia at center on the icing. 4:09 left period, 1-0 Bandits. On the power play goal, I believe, by Fernanda Venuto. Referee just below us, making sure that the penalty box door is secured as the Bandits steer the puck out of the defensive zone. Roverson wanted to send it in earlier, but had to wait. This one picked off by Foldia. Foldia dumps it at Brioni, who just knocks it away. Foldia, a sharp angle attempt, but couldn't get it at the net as Krieger got the stick on it. It comes up the near side wall, and breaking through neutral ice are the Hawks, with Lara Braddock doing most of the work. And it comes to the point there, and they keep it in depthfully. Fellenstein with it at the most key point. Sherry tries to get it up the wing on the near side, but it's pounded back down low, and Shoemaker-Gromick has to hand it over to Kepler, who shepherds it up toward the point. Camarada used the body and got a little bit of a break on the bounce, tees it up from the top of the circle, and Brahoni steered it aside. That one bounced in front of Brahoni, and she knocked it down with the pad and covered it up with 3:05 left in period number 1. 1-0 Bandits. As the home team, you get the benefit of the late change. It doesn't always come into play, as most of the time the teams have 3 lines. Sometimes it's just 2, and players know when their shift is essentially over. As you get into maybe some more important moments of games, it may come into play where you might have coaches looking to match lines. What does match lines mean? We don't really talk about this stuff very much, but if you're the home team, you could see who the other team puts out there. And then at a certain point in time, the referee will not allow the visiting team to change anymore, and the home team then has a few more seconds to decide if they want to change their personnel. So that's what's called matching lines. They can see who the visitors have out there and then line up who they would like to face them. You don't see it very often at this level, but it does happen, as McNulty found one at the bottom of the slot and sent it wide. L'Esperance up to Muzio, who soccered it forward, sent in onside as McNulty hustled off, and Gabby Rothstein sent it in. Sent right to Rizzo coming off the bench. She just picked it off and will complete the change. She's 1 on 5 now. Behind her, McSherry's over there, and the rest of the Bandits have occupied the offensive zone, at least for a moment. And on the long breakout pass, the Hawks gained the offensive zone. Pantrowitz was the one who did it. Roberson's going to send it wide, acting as a dump. Venuto is going to try to get moving, chips it off the boards for Bellin. Bellin has Scott up the middle, finds Mandy, but there were 3 Hawks around her. That one chipped in, and Shoemaker Gromick is going to have to hustle down to chip that one over to Venuto. 1:23 left in the period. Venuto is going to finesse it off the boards for Scott, who took an elbow up high, but no call. Venuto breaking in. Rizzo down the center. Venuto to Rizzo. Oh, somebody just got a piece. It was Roberson. Otherwise, Rizzo would have slam dunked it home. Cutting through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. Wrist shot knocked away by Riley. That was from DeBow. Breaking out Scott, looking for Rizzo, but somebody got a piece. It was Lauren Bellissimo. They play with it, playing catch there between defensemen. Venuto fires it up to Rizzo, but Rizzo's at the end of his shift and is able to make a clean change. Jumping on is Camerata, 1 on 3, and Putka grabs the attempted drop pass, or a pass that was just knocked away. Putka turning the corner, hits the brakes at the half board, sends it toward the middle, but it's just intercepted by Sperling. Folia has a chance for a breakaway. Here comes Folia. Julia comes in, takes a shot. Brahoni knocked it down, but it finds its way in the back of the net with 19 seconds left in period number 1. Julia Folia has doubled the lead to 2-0 for the Bandits. And she will come take the celebration. That's a big one. Any coach will tell you in hockey, the most important goals of a game very often are at the first minute of a period or the last minute of a period. And the Hawks certainly would have preferred to enter period number 2 with a 1-0 deficit rather than a 2-0 deficit. Harper Keenan has the cadence of time ticking off, and that will end the period. So the Bandits jump out to the 2-0 lead. Here at Hommocks Park Ice Rink in Mamaroneck, New York. Let's tell you a little bit about Saturday. On Saturday, the Bandits had a doubleheader with the Philadelphia Junior Flyers, 2 of the top teams in the AGHF U19 AA Diamond Division this season, although the Bandits have played significantly more games here in the first couple of months plus of the season than the Flyers. Flyers came in at 4-0, the Bandits at 13-2. Well, the first game was something none of us expected. The Flyers jumped out to an early lead. It was 4-0 after 1. The Bandits fought back on a goal by Annalise Claus, a pretty breakaway goal, and we thought that we were going to be in for the tight competitive game that we expected, and instead the Junior Flyers just couldn't miss, and they cruised to a 10-1 victory, a stunning 10-1 victory. Well, a few hours of refractory time in between. As a Bandit supporter, you could have just hoped for maybe a closer or more competitive contest. The first time they played, it was a 3-0 victory for the Junior Flyers, and they certainly were hoping for a little bit more of a competitive match. Well, what happened there was a 1-0 lead for the Bandits in the first, a 2-1 lead after 2, and then the Bandits just kept tacking on and tacking on, got it to 5-1, gave up one late, meaningless goal, and stunned all of us, including themselves, with a 5-2 victory over the Junior Flyers. Not so stunning that they would win the game, but that they would do it just a few hours after the same crew had lost 10-1. So that is sports, that is hockey, and it was a character-building win and a character-building day for these Bandits girls as we're underway in period number 2. Comes toward the point, and the Hawks are going to move it out. If you're just joining us, Stateline Hawks, the home team here, and I'm up in the Hawks Nest on RizzoVision. It's a great spot to do a game. I don't even need my gloves. Rothstein gets down low, fires it wide, does Gabby. Battled for in the corner. She's going to have drawn the power play here. It looks like it's going to be a hook, and that will be the call. So the Bandits with their second power play, as going off for the hook is Julia Heinz. So it's Heinz with a T, not Heinz without the T, but she does wear 57, which makes her probably my favorite Hawk. Somebody who gets it. Heinz 57. Bandits start the power play, and McSherry got hurt right off the draw, and the Flamingos off the ice onto the bench. Centered in front, Camarada tried to get a piece, and McSherry being tended to on the bench over there, so hopefully she's okay in a lot of distress. Number 13 sent down. It's going to be an icing, maybe, but that puck turns and it goes on Lexi Riley. Good thing Lexi was paying attention. That puck turned on its end and rolled, and it just curled right as if it had eyes at the net. So that keeps play going, and now it's stopped for offside. They'll face it off right in front of us. Both teams will complete some level of change as Camarada wins it to Venuto, who sends it to Kepler, and Kepler is going to get it down low. Kepler will typically play defense, but sometimes on the power play here, we'll see number 5 in front of the net in what I like to call the Tim Kerr position. Or for Devils aficionados, the Scott Stevens position. Here's Putka, gets hooked a little bit, going to draw the penalty there. I don't know if they're going to call the penalty shot. I think they're just going to call the hook, and that's probably a good call. Putka draws the hook. Camarada with a good penalty, and that will even things up with 15-10 left in period number 2, and the Bandits holding a 2-0 lead. So 52 seconds of 4-on-4 time, and then a minute 8 of power play time for the Hawks. Putka might have been able to draw a penalty shot if she had possession of the puck. She was chasing down the puck, and Camarada just got a piece of her to try to slow her down. Most coaches will tell you they have absolutely no problem with a penalty like that. You don't want a sniper like Putka coming in and having a free shot there on your goaltender. You have probably a better chance to just kill off a few extra seconds of power play time. Hawks now 4-on-4. You could see in the offensive zone that one fired down, and it will go just wide of Ashlyn Brioni, who stays and guards the net and makes sure that puck doesn't come on net and exceeds the end line for the icing. 18 seconds in the 4-on-4, and then a minute 8 of power play time for Stateline. Kepler chips it off the boards for Gabby Rothstein, who has Mandy Scott with her in a 2-on-2. Rothstein gains the offensive zone. She's going to take it all the way around. Kepler stands sentry at center ice, knowing that the penalty is about to expire, and there's a tie-up over there, and they're going to call a cross-check. So the mellow first period has turned into a degeneration of manpower in period 2 as the cross-check called on Blake Dubois. Just as the penalty expired, 2 seconds after, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 66 seconds, and then 54 seconds of power play time for the Bandits. So we'll get pretty much a full 2 minutes here of 4-on-4 in the end, as it is sent down low. Shoemaker Gromick and Olivia Rothstein on defense. Mandy Scott up front with Gabby Rothstein. Ellenstein, the trailer, and Muzio had the puck. Heinz and Roberson on D. Scott knocks that down, but had to dump it in and isn't going to get a chance to break. There's a change behind the play. McCaffrey jumps out, Folia jumps out for the Bandits. McCaffrey kept it in. Scott has a lot of time, sent it down low. Could have done the thing that we see in NHL 3-on-3 overtime where you have the puck in the offensive zone and you play it out of the zone, but opted not to do that. Mandy Scott, pressured by Collins, has to send it wide and dump it below the end line. Now will jump off as the Bandits will establish their power play. Camarada comes out of the box and joins the play directly, and she's up front with Folia and Sperling, with McCaffrey on D and Olivia Rothstein. Centering feed will come all the way to the point on the right side. Sperling picks it up, exchanges with McCaffrey, and they can't complete that one. That's sent down. They say no icing, and that's why Riley didn't hear it, and that's why she didn't play it. Otherwise, Lexi probably would have come out to play it. I guess somebody had a piece of a stick there, and the ref immediately called no. So the Bandits now with 18 seconds of power play time. L'Esperance gets it knocked down by Sperling. Sperling still with it for a moment, but L'Esperance regains, sends it to the point. Camarada kept it in by a millimeter with the edge of her stick. Sperling's gonna fire that one and hit the crossbar and came out front. Now all penalties have expired. Shoemaker Gromick had company from behind, never had Lila Braddock in her sights, even though the backup goalie for today, Harper Keenan, was emphatically trying to alert her captain of the presence of number 14 with pounding out the time and then telling her to watch out. We had the benefit of hearing because we're right here. So the importance of good teammates is evidenced there. And just because Harper Keenan's not guarding a net, Harper is still playing an important role for the Bandits. 11:26 left. Period number 2, 2-0 Bandits. They scored twice in the first, and it's been a stalemate so far here in the second. Bellissimo trying to get through the entirety of the Bandits, gets all the way down low, and she scores. What a goal by Lauren Bellissimo. That's the Italian word that is her last name, would describe exactly that play. She made it all the way from her zone through pretty much the entirety of the Bandit squad and deposits it in to cut the deficit to 2-1. Bandits still in the lead, and they've had the benefit of the better possessions. Let's see if they can turn it back on again. They've been good in situations like this of answering a goal. And let's see if they can get it going. 10:45 left, period number 2. Glad you are with us on an NFL Sunday. Centering attempt knocked down by Venuto. Sent to the far side wall. Roberson's a defenseman, is playing all the way down. Comes through the middle, teeing up as Kantrowitz. Blocked by the skate of Venuto. She spun around. Now trying to break it out was Bellin. Was looking for Scott. Now Rizzo's going to be the one to finally get it out, and she'll attack 2-on-2 with Scott. Get it deep. It sends it off of Roberson's skate, so she's going to have to chase it down. Rizzo looking for somebody. Dekes through Roberson. Gets it to the point for Olivia Rothstein, who fires it wide on the one-timer. Bellin trying to chase it down on the near side wall. It's up there, and it is moved up and out by the Hawks. Venuto in her own end spins it around, but there's a lot there. Collides as two players turn against one another, and a collision there, but no calls. It was incidental contact. Venuto didn't see Dubois. They both were facing opposite ways and turned around at the same time, and Dubois got the worst of the collision, but no injuries there. Scott has jumped off. McSherry's back, so that's a good sign. She had limped off at the commencement of an earlier power play, and Mia McSherry seems to be none the worse for wear, number 13. Here comes Gabby Rothstein with her familiar stride once you get used to it. Quick strides, McSherry with it. McSherry's going to circle the circle and tried to send it in front, but couldn't make the connection. That pass hits off of Gabby Rothstein's skate and goes to Katie McCaffrey, who sends it in. Trying to keep it in was McNulty, and she does. It was very, very close to being out. McNulty living on the edge there. Comes up the middle. Gabby Rothstein had ideas of picking it off, but Macy Kupka had her own agenda. She turns the corner, trying to get down low, draws another penalty, hits the deck on the end boards there. She lost an edge. That wasn't anything that McCaffrey did. But McCaffrey looks like she's going to go off for the hold with 8:30 left in period number 2, and the Bandits holding, we call the slash rather than the hold. So McCaffrey in 2 minutes for the slash. Keenan's going to jump into the penalty box with McCaffrey to make it easier to have the door closed upon her exit, which the Bandits would expect to be during the course of play, which is what happens if you call the penalty off. Foldia wins the face-off. She's up front with Scott. Venuto and Olivia Rothstein on the back line. Scott doesn't have the angle or the steps to chase it down, so Roberson gets there first. Fellenstein has it. Loses it now to Olivia Rothstein. She sends it to Mandy Scott. She wanted to send it into the left side, but somebody got a piece and it goes to the right side, but the dump worked maybe even more effectively because it took the puck longer to get there. Now on the break, the Stateline Hawks. Kupka had it in her skates. Fellenstein got it back, but Venuto's going to eventually win it, but doesn't get it out of the zone. Bringing it down low and getting toward the net was Krieger, but couldn't get it at the net. Roberson keeps it in, and the Bandits now have 66 seconds left to kill. Venuto tried to get that away from Putka, but Putka regained it. Putka wraparound, and Riley had one save. This one's sent down. They'll just take the icing. We won't even turn the camera for you. We'll just leave it trained right here. 54 seconds remaining in the penalty to number 54. That's Katie McCaffrey. Bandits have killed it off so far, and they'd like to keep that up as they approach the later parts here of period number 2. Sent up the middle. Heinz picks it off. Heinz sends it right back down. Riley made the save, but the rebound jumped in front. Now Shoemaker-Gromich swats it to the far side boards. Heinz through traffic was looking for a redirect in front, and it's picked up now and sent up the middle by the Bandits. Gabby Rothstein got a touch on it. It was still behind the center line, but Heinz picked it up. Sent through the wickets of Collins, turned up and sent to the middle. Dubois was trying to race in, but had to hold up and let her teammates get onside. DeBow still with it, takes it all the way over the end line. Has somebody open at the point. It's Heinz. Heinz sends between. That, I believe, is Gould, who fires it over the crossbar and wide. Gabby Rothstein picks it up, has a little room. She'll just take what they give her, find more room, send it at the net. Brahoni knocked it down and grabbed it, and that will inspire, I believe, the penalty, as McCaffrey has exited the box, and Keenan will exit the box as well, as she was in there tending to it. 6:27 left. Period 2. 2-1 Bandits over the Stateline Hawks. The Bandits make it easy in the darker jerseys, the Hawks in the lighter jerseys. Bandits with the gold helmets, Hawks with mostly, well, I can't even say mostly, they have all different colored helmets. Some white, some blue, there's a maroon out there, I think. Menudo plays catch with Olivia Rothstein, a couple of southpaws over there, sent into the offensive zone for the Bandits, but not with possession. And now moving it out is Braddock. Lila Braddock will gain the line on offense, the blue line, and now dump it down. Olivia Rothstein was looking to impede her progress. Now sent to the middle, knocked down. L'Esperance was trying to tee it up. This is Braddock again, and the Hawks with a good possession there for a moment. Still with it in the zone. Camarada trying to shepherd it out. Gets a little help from Olivia Rothstein. Eventually they do get it out. They hit into each other, and coming in but getting it knocked away was Braddock, and that was by Venuto. Was trying to send away Camarada for a breakaway. Izzy got a piece, and they call the icing. Oh boy, she had that puck. She had that puck about 10 feet in front of the center line, but the refs they missed that one. They missed that one. Camarada touched it after the center line. There was a touch very clearly after the center line. They're allowed to make a mistake here and there, folks. Don't worry about it. Again, nobody's winning or losing a game based on a missed icing call, and if you're keeping track by the end of the period or the game or the month or the season, all of them will even out. You'll get some breaks some days, and you'll not get breaks other days. Just play through it. Refs are human too. 5:04 left, period number 2. 2-1 for the Bandits. McSherry on the draw. Tied up there. Battled for on the near side wall. McSherry will pick it up now. Send it off the half boards on the far side. Now Shoemaker-Gromick to McCaffrey, who sent it up but couldn't get it out. Shot by Muzio was blocked. Collins looking to send it in front, but Shoemaker-Gromick sniffed it out, and snuffed it out. Rika keeps it in, falls down, was using the hip to try to turn the corner, so it wasn't anybody that took her skates out. Nice pickup by Riley there. Not a shot on goal, but prevented it from coming through the middle. .420 left, period 2. 2-1 Bandits over the Stateline Hawks. Thanks for tuning in on an NFL Sunday. Schedule makers have rarely had us playing when either the Giants or the Jets are in action. The Giants and Jets in action against one another today, and that game was finished before we started. Here comes Folia. She's got the second of 2. Shot. Mahoney knocked it in the air. It's loose in front, and she covers it up as Camarada was trying to slam that one in. 47 on their team. Can you get me a name? 47? Moved up the near side wall. And gaining the zone on offense. Centering feed knocked away by Olivia Rothstein. Spins away. Still battled for. Got dumped over there. No call. It's hard to see from here sometimes when a player gets dumped in that kind of situation. It could be a push, a shove. It could be sticks. It could be somebody getting their skates kicked out. You gotta just trust that the referees are gonna make the right calls. Camerata grabs it, sends it in. No icing, will be the first one to change. Sent up the middle. Actually, they can't get it out. It didn't go up the middle. Mandy Scott got a piece of it. Now they'll send it up the middle. Rizzo tried to knock it down. Gets a little help from Venuto. Venuto using the feet. Sent at the net. Riley is going to cover it and stop play with 2:48 left in period number 2. Still 2-1 Bandits. Face off in the circle to the right of Lexi Riley. Jumping in to knock it away was Bellin. Sent around the boards on the far side, but Venuto sent it too hard for Rizzo, but not hard enough for icing. Bellin pursuing on the opposite side, Rizzo on the near side. Bunted out against the boards by Collins off the pass from Roberson. They break in, but Venuto halts them there as Lila Braddock was trying to get through. Venuto doesn't have many places to go, tries to go up the boards with it, but Collins just stood sentry. Backhand attempt, Riley gloves it down and holds on with 2:17 left in period 2.
I don't know if her name, I'm spelling her name correctly.
Okay, thank you. Face-off battle, won by the Hawks. Kantrowitz sends it back around. Roberson came in from the point. That ice must be a little sticky over there. It gets snowed up at any given point along the boards at the bottom of the dasher. McNulty was trying to get off to the races, and sending it into the offensive zone was Heinz. Turning and spinning away from McNulty was Roberson as we're under 100 seconds in period 2. And the Bandits holding a 2-1 lead in a tightly contested affair with the Stateline Hawks. Braddock gets in, shoots, saved by Riley, and she holds on.
She's not sure about the last name. Just call her Zoe.
Yeah, I know her first name is Zoe. I don't know if it's H-E-L-M or H-E-L-B. Sorry.
Now down to 1:15 left in the second period. Can the Bandits strike toward the end as they did at the end of the first? Sent up the middle by Sperling, was looking to spring Camerata. Folia gets a piece of it. Now Sperling gets it back and pounds it down low. Camerata the first to chase it. L'Esperance picked off. Shot by Sperling was saved by Brihoni and moved up into neutral ice. Now Camerata gets it back. Kutka goes down to try to prevent Camerata from moving forward. It can be called a trip at times. You can't trip with your stick, of course, but you also can't trip with any part of your body, believe it or not. Not often seen, so it's not often called. 23 seconds left, still time for a rush, and it will be Julia Folia 1-on-2. Camerata now will join the play. Folia will get at the net. Somebody hit the edge of her skates. If she had gone down, it would have been a trip. Venuto has to retreat back into the Bandits' end. They're saying, hold it, hold it. Moves it up toward the middle. That's a safer place for it. Trying to fire it at the buzzer was Olivia Rothstein, but that expires the period. And the Bandits We'll commence period number 3 with a 2-1 lead. Full and even strength for both squads. As you see Lexi Riley skate into your picture, get the high five or whatever that is, a blocker to blocker five from Harper Keenan. Two affable goaltenders that split the duties for the Bandits. You hear those signature 1, 2, 3 Bandits as 17 minutes are put on the clock for our final period of the weekend, and it has been a character-making weekend so far for the Bandits, but everything gained in that amazing rebound victory. They don't call it a comeback, it was a rebound. You lose 10-1 to the Junior Flyers and come back a few hours later with the same personnel out there and win 5-2 against a team that hadn't lost in the league yet. It's a character-building win. But part of that is carrying it through to the next day and subsequently the next games in the Rock City tournament in Rochester, New York next weekend, where we'll bring you all the action, hopefully. That's the plan. Fellenstein brings it into the offensive zone. He believes 47 is Zoe Halberts or Helmerts. So whilst we would love to always have the names correct, we think we got it close enough. So I think we're going to go with Halberts. But we'll try to mispronounce that and see if we can just be lucky enough to get the right one. It's almost a seeing eye single by Shoemaker Gromick as we're through 36 seconds of period number 2. Got it through traffic, but it went wide. Here's Helwerts going to skate it through neutral ice. And of course, the player whose name you don't know is always the one that has the puck half the time. Shoemaker Gromick waits, going to take some of that space. Was trying to bank it for Gabby Rothstein, didn't quite get there. Now shovels it forward for Gabby, who has to try to get the wheels moving from static to dynamic, and does. McNulty on the outside, couldn't get a shot through any traffic over there. Near side wall, it comes to Halberts, up to Collins, who's going to gain the line of center. Cut to the middle, but run into Bella Bellin. Bellin tries to chip it for the near side wall, gets it back to herself. Bellin 1-on-3 still, now trying to get it deep, has Rizzo there. A little Brett Favre 2-yard pass with a lot of juice on it. Rizzo couldn't handle it. If you're a football fan, you know what that is. Bellin picks it up, sends it forward, couldn't quite complete it for Scott. Now getting through a couple are the Hawks. Wrist shot, rebound, was kicked wide. Right. It wasn't a rebound, it bounded off. Rizzo touched that one up the middle to prevent icing, pursuing L'Esperance. And now the Hawks get it into the offensive zone. Wrist shot goes wide after Krieger had moved it up forward. He wasn't the shooter. Centering feed. Kuka nearly got it directed at the net. It comes up the near side wall. Rizzo has L'Esperance backing up. So Rizzo's going to gain the line of center and dump it in, spin away, and that forward line will change. Clean line changes are vital if you're protecting a lead. That one is not going to be an icing because it was touched at center ice and made its way down. Sperling chips it out of the zone. The Bandits can't be content as the offside stops play with 14:22 left. They can't be content to sit on a 2-1 lead. There's just too many scorers here in the light jerseys for you to do that. So they'll continue to play it hard and won't really change anything as far as the game plan is concerned. at least not for a while, and they'll look to see if they could add to that 2-1 lead. The great Peter McNabb used to say in a one-goal game, the next goal of this game is going to tell you the story. It's either going to tie it or make it a 2-goal game, depending on who gets it, if there is a next goal. Elricks gets it down low, sharp angle shot blunted by McCaffrey, and it goes into the netting above the high glass behind the goal that is protected by number 32, Lexi Riley. It was a big weekend in the Riley's family this weekend, and congratulations to them. Shot nearly blocked, it gets down low, Collins tries to get it at the net, and the prone Riley is able to cover it up in nearly snow angel mode. Molly Collins got it down low. Jessie Sperling came up to the point. She had me fooled. I thought Jessie was blocking the point shot. It somehow sneaked through her closed pads, her shin pads, got all the way down to the net. Molly Collins was there. She got a piece of it to get it at the net with a little more juice, and then tried to pound the rebound as Riley was prone on her behind and then her back. But Lexi was able to throw the glove down to the ice and cover it up. A big save that has kept it 2-1 for the Bandits as we tick below 13-13 in period number 3. Near side wall battle. Referee says, let's go, move it. And Katie McCaffrey will move it into the offensive zone, chip it down low. And hope that her teammates get to it. Shoemaker Gromick had it at the right point. McSherry has to come out toward neutral ice to pick it up with Rothstein. Gabby has it, looking for some open ice, gets a chance to dump it and change. All 3 forwards will change. 2 defensemen stand sentry, McCaffrey and Shoemaker Gromick. They'll probably take the next opportunity to jump off the ice when they can as it comes to neutral ice. Kantrowitz, hounded by Bellin, loses an edge, and Braddock is turning the corner, trying to get it down low, but McCaffrey steers her all the way to the other side. It comes to the point. Rizzo's trying to move it forward. Use the body as a shield so Scott can step through and get the rush. Scott breaks in, takes a shot. It goes just wide. Off the rebound of the end boards. It didn't come all the way out for Bellin, but Bellin was looking to come through the other side. Good play by Rizzo there. Sometimes you don't have to play the puck. Just get in the way and let the teammate who has the wheels get it. Lost an edge over there, regained it, chipped it forward under 1-on-2 pressure. Coming through is Olivia Rothstein, and she exchanges it with Rizzo. Rizzo gets through one. She'll probably dump it once she gets to center, as her line mates already are changing. Does the cross ice dump, which works very effectively because it gains you about a second more time when you do that, and when you're trying to change quickly and cleanly in the 3rd period to keep fresh legs constantly on the ice. As Riley knocks that one down and covers it up, it's of vital importance. Very often the teams that change cleanly are the ones with a little extra oomph as the time starts to tick down in the 3rd periods of these tight games, which this one is. They've played a couple of times already and they've gone the way of the Bandits, but they've all been tightly contested, similar to this one. Up the near side, Wall Roberson doesn't have a lane to shoot at because Sperling was blocking that lane from being clear. Shoveled forward by Kepler, but not out, and Foglia has to retreat below the end line, send it to the near side wall. Sperling tries to get to it first, but Roberson was there. Far side wing, Camarada will chip it up and try to run it down herself, but Muzio had 3 steps on Camarada. Now jumping in at the point is Foglia to keep it in, exchanges with Sperling. Sperling was trying to flip it right back to Foglia, but didn't quite get it through. That's a degree of difficulty pass that's high, but we've seen Jessie make it. 10:15 left now in the 3rd period. Bandits 2-1, still hanging on to that lead, but looking to add to it. And they change cleanly again. That's one thing I'm able to keep an eye on for you from the Hawks nest here. at Hommocks Park Ice Rink in Mamaroneck, New York. The Stateline Hawks, so I call it the Hawks now. Battled for in the near side corner. Scott trying to jump into it. Now McNulty sends it to Venuto. One-timer kicked wide. I think it was Heinz who got the shin pad on it. And Brahoni was coming to the near side post. That puck redirected to the far side and it went just wide. So the sort of risky play by the defender there. She was going to be screening the goalie and took a chance and got enough of it that it sent it wide. Krieger sends it at the net, but easily able to see it and stop it was Lexi Riley. Shot was not really a shot, but sent wide and Riley gloved it down to prevent further play with 9:12 left in period number 3. Venuto holds up Bellissimo, who has the goal. It's Lauren Bellissimo. I haven't seen Sarah, number 8. And a Bellissimo goal it was. She went the length of the ice and pretty much went through the entirety of the Bandits roster. McNulty is going to power it down low, tee it up, save with the blocker by Brahoni with 8:40 left. Comes to Scott, turns in the slot, tries to send it at the net, but got a piece of it there was Collins, it looked like. McNulty comes to the bench. Rizzo jumps on. Scott chips it for Rizzo. Skating into the open space. Rizzo trying to steer through Roberson. Takes a shot. Brahoni knocks it away. Rest of the Bandits now changing. Gabby Rothstein out there with Bellin as well. So the lines are a little bit mixed up here as we get into the later stages. Rizzo picks this one up. Rizzo looking for Rothstein. Sent it through the wickets there, and Roberson has it. Roberson sends it to Hines over to Alberts. Now Shoemaker Gromick has it. Rizzo moves out of the way so Shoemaker Gromick can dump it. In pursuit on the trap. Now Shoemaker Gromick grabs it at the left point and pounds it back in. Gabby Rothstein in pursuit forces it to the opposite side. A nifty play by Roberson who picks it up. Bellin tried to smack it away from her. Now hounded by Gabby Rothstein, and eventually Braddock picks it up and sends it to the far corner. Centering feed, knocked down and shushed away by Riley. Sent up the middle, Bellin and Rizzo right there. It's dumped. Rizzo will jump off. Bellin will peel away. Pass might have been intended for Rizzo, but Bellin was right there. And again, they complete the clean change. Picked off by Heinz, but can't get through the zone as we tick down to 7 minutes remaining in the game, and the Bandits holding a 2-1 lead. Is there another goal available to either team? If so, it's going to really change the outlook from here on in because time's ticking down. Molly Collins got it taken away. Jesse Sperling picked it up, chipped it off the boards for Folia. Folia trying to outrace Collins. Collins got just enough of a piece of it. Folia knocks it still forward. And the Bandits try to establish an offensive zone possession. The more possession time in the offensive zone, the harder it's going to be for their opponent to get that tying goal. They'd like to put one behind Brahoni and make it academic or make it close to academic. There still is plenty of time left for this game to change. Kantrowitz bears down, wrist shot, sent it wide. A big scoring chance there by Adrienne Kantrowitz, and she couldn't get it on net. Olivia Rothstein was there. She got off a good shot, but it didn't hit the net. Venuto will break down, will fire a shot that goes wide, and coming out the opposite side to get it was Camarada, at least a piece, and then Olivia Rothstein got it. Venuto picks it off, still up in the offensive zone, skates it around, tries to feed Scott, and Scott would have just walked in right behind the defense. Venuto maybe is getting a little bit of Razzing from the coaching staff who wanted that puck deep, but was trying to complete a pass that would have sent Mandy Scott in alone. These players have to make these split decisions. They're reacting. There's less time to think and just only enough time often to react. You either got to make the pass or you don't. Venuto made it. It didn't quite connect. There was a little Sunday gravy on it, meaning sauce. We know that it's called sauce. Wrist shot, knocked down by McNulty. A little more Sunday gravy on it would have sent Scott in cleanly. Scott now battling to move it forward with McSherry and McNulty. Sent down into the defensive zone. Olivia Rothstein, Venuto will fake and make it look like she's moving the puck. Now waits for Sperling to clear the zone. Scott is over there, sent in offside, and that's the first whistle we've had in a while. 4:23, the time remaining. It's ticking down, but it's still just 2-1. The Bandits got the first two, the last of which came with 19 seconds left in the first period. And since then, there's been only one. Bellissimo for the Hawks. The Bandits, as that is another offside. So we play we go a long time without a stoppage, and then 14 seconds we have two. Foldia with Sperling and Camarada up front. Hawks retreated into their own zone and try to move it back up, and Collins eventually would be the one to get it in. Collins looking for Roberson, but it's scented. Caught the scent, Sperling, and knocked it out of the zone. Camarada leaves it for Foldia. Foldia just couldn't quite get the handle on it. Now they play catch between D and up to Jesse Sperling on the near side, and Jesse sends it deep as we tick down to the 3:30 mark. Camarada trying to power through. Won the puck there. And now Collins is trying to break in 2-on-1, but Shoemaker-Gromick stops the break. Brogan looked like she might have been beaten there, but recovered. Sent in, not going to be an icing. And the Bandits change lines. Rothstein, McSherry, and McNulty up front. McSherry's going to grab it at neutral ice, and you hear the Bandits scream in unison, deep. That means they want you to just dump the puck. Rothstein steers Kantrowitz off the puck, steals it away, doesn't have numbers, gets down low, wrist shot, Perhoni saw it, easy catch, and cover. Grab cover, she didn't have to cover it because it wasn't on the ice, but freezes the puck. With 2:42 left, and it's holding on to a 2-1 edge, trying to complete a 2-1 weekend. So Astis on 12:30 as it comes to the front. Perhoni kick save and then covers it up with the glove. Gabby Rothstein nearly got it all the way through. If you talked to me at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon and you told me the Bandits would be on the precipice of going 2-1 for the weekend, I, as a Bandit supporter, would have signed for that immediately. Olivia Rothstein keeps it in. Coach Tim Kepler screaming low, low. They just want the puck low. They want you to keep cycling it and getting it down low below the end line. Kept in by Olivia Rothstein, who keeps it low. 2:05 now, the time remaining. Kutka tried to get it out of the zone, but the Bandits keep it low. At some point, they're going to have to change some of this crew out there. Kepler sends it up the middle, but it's picked off nearly by the streaking Muzio. Muzio gets down the middle. Muzio gets low. Saved by Riley with the left pen. She kicked it away. With 100 seconds left, Lexi Riley keeps it at 2-1 for the Bandits. Just the slightest of breakdowns there, and Caroline Muzio nearly had this game tied. Comes to neutralize. Scott will send it deep. Scott will be in pursuit. Comes up the middle, picked off by Folia, just at the line, kept in. Folia barreling through, takes a hit high up, but they play on. If the Bandits now with a minute left can keep pounding that puck deep, they'll never give Brahoni a chance to even exit the goal for an extra attacker. Scott trying to blow it up. Camerata is going to pick it up, send it in offside, and 51.8 seconds remain. Let's see if there's a timeout being taken at some point by the Hawks. Brahoni still in net as they do get possession in the Bandit zone. We'll keep you posted on them potentially pulling their netminder for an extra attacker, but so far it's going the Bandits' way. They've just kept pounding the puck deep and getting it there. Now trying to move it through a couple of zones, and Brahoni exits to the bench, and the sixth attacker comes on. It's 6-on-5, but there's an empty net. Scott tries to send it out, but sends it off the behind of Folia. Kantrowitz trying to power through. Can Camerata get to that puck? She got a piece of it, but Roberson was able to get it. Roberson sends it down low with 10 seconds now. Centering attempt. Camerata gets a piece. Still a mad scramble with 5 seconds left. Bandits trying to hang on. Scott is going to rag it at the boards. Just keep it against there. And the Bandits hold on by the skin of their teeth for a 2-1 victory over the game. Hawks of Stateline in Mamaroneck, New York. Boy, they really had to earn that one, did the Bandits. Lexi Riley came up big. She had a couple of huge saves at 2-1, but none bigger than the one on Caroline Muzio, who got a breakaway into the zone with about 100 seconds left, and Riley was able to keep it out of the net and preserve the victory. And doing the dance now is Lexi. If she could ever come out of her shell, Lexi Riley. And there you see Logan Shoemaker-Gromick dancing, getting the dance moves in. There's the coaching staffs, and thanks to our wonderful official scorer, Paula, who always makes it even easier to deal with when we're at the Hawks Nest. It's great to be here and to be able to do the game from this perch, but nice to have a friendly face and a cooperative official scorer that is close by. So that is going to do it. The Bandits do complete the unlikely 2-1 weekend. It started out in nightmarish fashion with a 10-1 loss to the Junior Flyers. They got up off the deck in a character victory. A few hours later, they sent the same group out there, and the Bandits won 5-2. They came out in this one maybe a little worse for wear after the big battles on Saturday, and grind out a 2-1 victory over the high-flying Stateline Hawks. That is going to do it. The next time you catch RizzoVision, we expect to be in Rochester, New York, or thereabouts for that tournament, and look for the games to come up on RizzoVision. I'll post the ones that we have scheduled probably Thursday evening, so if you're looking around at that point, you can see when the games are, and if you hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, then when we do go live or upload other content like games that have been recorded, then you'll know about it in good time, and we always appreciate your feedback. That is going to do it from Hommocks Park Ice Rink in Mamaroneck, New York. Final score, New Jersey Bandits 2, Stateline Hawks 1. This is Joe Rizzo Thanks for watching New Jersey Bandits girls hockey on RizzoVision.